Hey guys, Aaron here. What is going on? Welcome to the Heli podcast, episode number 2. I'm here joined with Kevin, our usual
Hello.
setup, from youtube.com/theXflights, and also joined here with Zane Pritchett. His link to his YouTube channel will be in the description. And currently we're using Google Plus, so any little bugs and glitches that are going on, excuse. So yeah, we're just gonna get right to it. And Zane, if you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Zane Pritchett from Bedford, Indiana. I've been flying for about a year now, mostly on simulator. I fly, my biggest one right now is the Blade 450. Hoping to get some kind of 550 or 600 for Christmas, and then I won this IRCHA, the Phantom, which Aaron hates me for.
Yeah.
I try to fly more precise stuff. I'm trying to get into technical, that sort of thing. Just kind of mixing it up, And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll win a T-Rex 600 because your luck with everything, you just win or get some, your luck at IRCHA is just like crazy.
Yeah, I won a Scorpion motor at IRCHA, and I won the Phantom right in front of Aaron. My mom went up there and got it.
Yeah, I hate you for that. What was that for, Zane? 700, right?
Wait, what?
What was the Scorpion motor for?
It was for I think it was for a Logo 600, something like that, or like a 600 size.
Oh, okay. So there you...
I still honestly haven't found out.
Did you sell it yet?
No, I want to though.
Wow. Yeah, his luck was just, I swear to God, his luck was ridiculous at IRCHA because...
And also, before that, a week before, my sister won a trip to California.
Wow.
So...
Something with the Pritchetts, because his luck, you won a 700X flight. You got to fly that before they were released.
Yeah.
You won the motor out there. You won the Phantom. And
I got 10 neck straps.
Yeah, that's IRCHA. I mean, you get 20 billion neck straps.
Yeah, I know. They're kind of annoying.
Yeah, they're cool. Cool from IRCHA.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys have not been to IRCHA, you gotta go. So anyway.
It's awesome. That was my first year. It was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Never missing another year again. 3 of us are all going. Yeah. Hopefully Kevin doesn't crash his Goblin this time.
Yeah.
Kill him a Goblin.
Yeah, hopefully you don't crash your 700X, or if you don't crash it...
Oh, hey, Zay, do you want a Goblin?
Wait, what?
Hey, if you want a Goblin, we'll talk after this.
Awesome. That would be
awesome. To the viewers, if you want a Goblin, PM Kevin. His link will be in the description.
That's mine.
A Goblin. All right. Or
I don't want this to be a sales video. I don't want it to turn into that.
You're either going to crash the 700X at IRCHA, or it's going to blow apart before you do crash it. So either way, it'll... I'm just kidding.
Sergio crashed his twice.
Speaking of crashes, here's my tail right now.
Good job.
I was doing good 3D for 2 minutes. I was doing awesome. It's always on my awesome flights that I crash. And for some reason, I just completely lost control about 5 feet off the ground, and it just slowly kind of tipped back and went tail in first. And I don't know. I haven't really checked it out yet, but I did get the parts. So
that'll probably be cheap.
Good.
I mean, it might not be too bad.
It was only $30.
That's not bad.
No.
For the punishment and the stuff you do, that 450X, you get a little lucky with a lot of that stuff. So.
I know. I'm horrible to it. It's my beater.
Yeah.
It's my biggest helicopter, but it's my beater. So.
I'm surprised my 450L hasn't broke itself. I mean, I wrecked that thing.
I saw the video you posted on Instagram where you just with the tail. What did you say when the tail let go and the tail just blew out? And
the entire tail boom fell out of the tail case.
It was cool.
I had edge blades on it.
I saw the video on Instagram and he came at himself. Popped it. What you popped it away, and it looked like mid TikTok or mid rainbow or something. The tail.
Well, no, I was doing pirouetting TikToks, and then it pirouetted too much.
Yeah, it looked like something, and you were almost going away from yourself. It looked like, and tail just let go and slammed in.
Dude, that's my luck. This sounds like something that would happen to me.
Yeah. Yeah, or
It was at the beginning of the flight. I went up, I did a few maneuvers, I came down, started doing parodiing TikToks, and
your head just blowing apart on your 450X in.
Yeah, I don't even I still never found out why that happened. I had Loctite on it and stuff.
That doesn't always
And
do it. I've already had that stuff let go on me a lot.
yeah. Like I swear, like one of the screws in the head actually like broke in half. It didn't come out, it like broke in half somehow.
That's very interesting. I've heard of feather
Yeah.
nail snapping. I've never had one happen. Knock on wood. Never had that happen to me. I don't want it to happen to me. Let's.
oh yeah, I had Sergio build the head for me. I did not trust myself to building a 700.
I suck at building the head on stuff. I always put things in the wrong spot and it drives
No,
me
the
crazy.
worst thing to do, the worst head to rebuild is it's either really simple or really easy. For me, it's not hard anymore because I learned how to rebuild heads on that. But it was the 130X. It's and the Nano
Yeah.
CPX. The MCPX isn't too bad, but it's just so small and so stupid to work with. And
I know. Yeah.
but there's
I
not
know.
like as many thrust bearings that come out of the blade grip. There's not as much stuff you have to worry about. So in that sense, it's nice. So
Yeah.
Do you want to
Yeah.
get to our first
yeah,
topic?
700X. All
Yeah.
right, I'll let
Uh,
Kevin take this one away
here.
first because he's had the most experience with the 700X out of all of us. So take it away, Kevin.
All right, I'll come over here to where the 700 is.
He sounds drunk. He's lagging
You
out.
see it? So,
Yeah, it does.
where is it? Okay. So, about a month ago, I got this bad boy. Obviously, as you may know, I've heard many mixed reviews, and some people, including the person that helped me build this, didn't have the best luck at first, and neither did I. But overall, the build was extremely easy. I'd say easier than my Goblin. I'm loving it so far. I'm just running the stock setup with Castle Creations 160 HVF, which has a fan on it, and Mikado V-Bar. Not Pro, just the Silverline Express, and working pretty good so far. Thor 4400 milliamp batteries, and Pulse receiver pack. So far, this thing has been awesome. The first in the first 5 flights, I had 2 front gears strip. Now, part of that was due to me, part of that was due to a little error in the manual where it didn't say to shim, but you really should. And then I had my gain at around 40 on my radio, but now it's at -10, so it was way high.
-10. Holy
But
crap.
other than that, this thing is really, yeah. But overall, this thing is flying great. It has really good power and it's really precise.
Wait, what motor are you running? The stock motor?
The stock Heli 700 520 kV.
And that does the 700X that has a battery tray, right? Like you put the batteries on and slide it into the frames, right?
Let me do a demonstration.
Okay, why not?
You just slide it
It's
in.
not on your video.
Oh, well.
Once again,
Great
Google Plus
demonstration.
is just at its greatness. The video is cutting in and out. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Okay, can you see
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
And then you put it in,
And it just went away.
line it up in the back, and yeah.
So it fits in a lot easier than the 600X, basically.
Well, I
But
don't know
how
anything about
okay,
the
the
600X, but
How does the
The
600?
600X like straps in really weird, and the batteries don't go in anywhere near as easy as Kevin just explained it.
Oh.
We built the 600X for the shop I work at, and it's a good helicopter, but the only reason my dad, he was actually gonna get it, the only reason he didn't like it was because it didn't have my T-Rex 600, the ePro DFC has a button you press and the whole battery tray just slides right out. It's easy to get in and out. Where the 600X, you have to put it in battery by battery, and it's not like it sits on a tray and slides in or even Velcros in. You put it in battery by battery, and it's really kind of a pain. And I'm sure you can.
Ain't nobody got time.
Yeah, I'm sure you can make, yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm sure you can make, cut something out in the frame and make a battery tray or something like that, but it's just not practical, I guess. So say you crash your heli, it's up in flames. At that point, your heli's probably wrecked pretty good, but you want to get those batteries out. And
Yeah.
I mean, you've all seen when helis go bad, what you want to get out first, and it's the batteries. So that's probably one of the most pain parts about the 600X.
No, you just want to get the servos out first. That's the most important thing. Get the servos out, then get the motor, then get your speed controller.
Don't forget the main gear.
No, wait,
yeah.
I'm talking about when you first get over to it, like when it's still in flames and you rip the canopy off.
Yeah, I know.
No, but if it's just your batteries, I mean, you're not going to sit there in the middle of the field and unscrew your servos. And pop your servos and motor. If the heli isn't on fire but just the batteries are, you're going to pull the batteries out, right?
No.
Nah.
Why would you do that?
Sure, let's just take the whole helicopter apart in the middle of the field when you can just pull the batteries out. I mean, yeah, your ESC might be fried, and...
Actually, one time on my 130X, I did almost have a tail servo catch on fire for some reason.
By the way... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. It was like the tail gear... Or, no, like one of the tail gears came off on the tail servo. So the motor just kept running, and it got so hot it started melting the plastic and smoking.
Yesterday, me and my dad were flying at the local gym we fly at, and a bunch of us get together. My dad goes, "Here, fly my 130X." Mine, I forget what happened to it. I think I crashed it and broke it. Typical of me flying the micros. And as soon as I was spooling it up, and one servo locked up, and it tipped over, and when it tipped over, smoke was pouring out of the canopy. Here, the elevator servo locked up, and it locked up and jammed itself all the way down. And when it locked up, it just started smoking. My dad ripped the canopy off. There was smoke like pouring out of the canopy. And I mean,
dude, that's happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me.
The whole gym smelled like just burnt electronics. It was horrible. It was terrible.
So you know how we were talking about Zane's good luck? So here's my history with micros. First 130X, second flight, goes up in flames.
Cool.
I thought my
2 weeks
second flight was
later, it dies. Get a new one. 2 weeks later, it dies. From then, it was good. Then I get a MCP XBL. Catches on fire. Send it in, give it back, it's fine. Catches on fire again. Give it in, send it back, it's fine. Then I get a Nano. Won't
I
buy.
had that at first.
Yeah. That happened to me.
All the micros have been pretty good to me, aside from right when the 130Xs came out, they were just junk. I mean, the first maybe month and a half, 2 months they were out. The first couple of runs of them were horrible because I got one the day they came out. Came into the day, so the day they came in, I already pulled one aside for me. I was all happy. I was like, yeah, I've been waiting for this helicopter. Take it up, first flight, didn't even break in batteries. I was so psyched for the helicopter. I just started beating the crap out of it. And this was when they were having tail slider issues. Tail slider snapped on me, like really low to the ground. The heli was wrecked. 90% of the parts in the tail were wrecked, like a servo, bunch of head parts. I mean, it was wrecked. So I called Horizon. That was the one. They actually said, yeah, you know what, fine, keep it, and we're gonna send you a new one. So we actually ended up fixing it. It was a little expensive to fix, but still worth it. And they sent me out a free one because Horizon actually took care of me on that one. They were really good. And I had problems with that one, and like board issues. Tail was wobbling and bobbling, and we got all the issues figured out. Basically, it was my tail case and my tail output shaft. The tail output shaft was slightly warped, like from the factory. They machined it wrong, and one of the guys from Horizon told us this. And the tail case was slightly cracked and it fit on loose. So it was the combination of those that just made the tail horrible. We threw the micro heli aluminum tail case on, and the micro heli tail output shaft, not even the weighted one, just the standard tail output shaft from Micro Heli, and all my problems went away. And ever since then, I've been on the same 130X, and I don't really have a whole lot of issues with micros, aside from user error, where I'm flying too low, I punch it into the ground and break a whole lot of stuff. So,
Remember that guy at IRCHA who's like yelling at you to
yeah,
get to the flight
Zane
line?
remembers that. I don't think Kevin was down at the Horizon tent for that.
Yeah,
At Arch
he's down
2012,
there.
I was flying the crap out of my 130X and MCPX just in front of the canopy, not even along the main flight line. Well, this year they really, really cracked down on rules and safety. I was just doing some very mild 3D right in front of myself with the 130X, and I just hovered it inverted. Really close to myself, or not really close to myself, close enough to myself that I wasn't going to hurt myself or get in anyone else's way or disrupt anyone else.
Or me.
So I was hovering really low inverted, and a guy comes up, he's like, I thought he was screwing around at first. He's like, oh, get that thing out of here, land that thing now. And I just kind of smiled at him. He's like, no, what did he say, Zane? He's like, no, really, land that thing. You can't be flying that back here.
Yeah, no, and then, like, okay, the funny thing was there was a bunch of officials passing by, like IRCHA officials, and this was just some random guy, like just some old man that was passing.
Yeah, the
Wasn't even
officials
an
driving
official.
by, a couple of them actually looked at it, like they were, like, they saw, they acknowledged it, they smiled at me, gave me like a nod, and were on their way. Yet some random guy in a golf cart, total side of the driveway part, he's like, you can't be flying, land that now, you can't be doing that. And I was irritated, because I'm like, dude, this was my first flight on the 130X. I actually just put rail blades on. And I'm like, yeah, Zane, check out the rail blades on the 130. I'm like, look how...
Yeah. By the way, those things are sweet.
I
They work
cracked
good.
mine. I'm going to order a new set. Yeah.
Good job.
So what's even funnier? I was flying my MCPX BL and Nano around the Horizon tent.
I hate you. I just hate you all. Zane, you winning stuff. Kevin, you're just getting away with stuff. I'm the only one who's like,
Hey, okay, let me talk about my luck with Blade. That we all talked about the micros. I'll
We've
start
kind of
off.
gotten off from the 700.
we'll get back on it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Alright, first I'll start with the 130X. Second day I had it, it was like 20 degrees outside, and I slammed it into an asphalt road. So, yeah. And then at IRCHA, Aaron remembers this because he was spotting for me. I was flying my 450, and for some reason it just like went down for no reason. And I found out my antenna cable was snapped in half, so you want to check that. Make sure it's not snapped in
That's
half.
not good.
You remember that?
Yeah,
It
you
just
looked
like
at
went
me
down
like,
out of
what
nowhere.
just
That's all.
happened? Like, what? This was first flight out, halfway through the first flight on the 450X. What, you'd been saving your 450X
Yeah.
for how long for IRCHA? First flight out, halfway in.
I mean,
That happened.
yeah, it was probably like overall my 20th flight on the 450, and I was really excited about it to fly to IRCHA.
I
Yeah,
felt so bad. Next year, if that happens, you're flying my 450. You're flying something of mine, because I felt so bad.
That is fun.
Wait, what happened to it?
Mid-flight.
It was my transmitter cable, the
receiver.
transmitter antenna cable. Yeah. Don't know how
Yeah,
it
because it
happened
just
either.
like it won't. He goes, "Oh crap!" I was like, "Just hit throttle hold," and he hit throttle hold, and he kept it at mid stick,
I
and it
did.
just dropped, and rudder went crazy. It started pirouetting. Aileron, it tilted full left aileron, like it just punched into the ground. I'm like, what just happened? Like what? And then your 130X was trashed, and you like didn't have anything to fly the whole IRCHA trip. I
know.
felt so bad.
Yeah, I'm really ready for a T-Rex or a
Yeah.
Goblin, either one. Can't wait.
Orion's the more affordable way to go, and
So,
the best bang for your buck, I guess. But that's for a separate podcast.
Yeah.
We'll do other 700s versus 700s. Me and
Alright, Kevin, you say you wanted to talk about your 700?
Oh, yeah.
getting off
So,
the beaten flat.
The Blade, overall, I really like it. I mean, I've had no flight characteristic problems. Just my bad on setting the tail gain too high. Other than that, it flies really good. It It's the underdog on the market right now, but I think it's a really good deal, and it comes with high voltage servos, and they're lower torque, but they're really, really, really quick. It's not DFC, but what does DFC really add?
Lower head,
Mm.
more precision. I mean, I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's an alternate. Yeah, exactly.
They both
Where
have their
the
good
DFC,
sides.
there's more stress. I mean, we'll do a head comparison later. We have so many ideas planned out. Me and Kevin have a whole lot of stuff. But like, since you asked that, DFC, there's more stress put on it, but also if it's properly maintained, can be more precise. But on the other hand, the 700X, that style head, is a very good traditional fly barreless head, and it hasn't proven itself wrong, and it's just probably really very precise and flies very well. So
Yeah, you can run lower head speeds too. I guess that's what they're saying.
Yeah. My idle one is 1850,
Oh yeah.
which isn't real low, but it's kind of
Yeah.
low for 3D.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm running the Revolution blades. They're not the greatest blades, but I see no real problems with them yet. Definitely gonna upgrade them in the future, but for now, I'm having no problems. Only problem is I live in Malibu. A few of the screws are rusting.
see, I love the Revolution blades for my Blade 450. I love them. I mean, they're awesome. And
Yeah, they're awesome, but I
yeah,
know they could be better.
You're not gonna get a perfect blade. It depends what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on flying style. Definitely.
But what
Yeah.
I like is they have a tray system. But if you're running really light battery packs, you can move the tray forward. So if you're running 4,000 milliamp packs, you can move the tray about a centimeter forward
That's pretty nice.
to correct your.
yeah.
Like on my
Yeah, it
TVX
is
600,
pretty nice.
they give you just a big battery tray, and there's about an extra 2 inches of the battery tray that you wouldn't use on any size battery. So you can run a smaller battery and position them at different spots. So I mean, not that CGing on that powerful of a helicopter in just all-out 3D is gonna matter, unless you're doing like F3C flying. I don't think that's gonna be a huge difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, definitely. I know at first I was not sold on the 700X. I know Zane flew it and he said he really liked it.
Yeah, it flew
The
really
only
nice.
thing I didn't like
even
about it was I saw the pre-production models that had at IRCHA, and James Haley's night flight was he took him 3 tries because I believe the one-way kept slipping.
No. What happened was he crashed it. He had a crash like an hour before the show, and when he replaced the one way, he put it in backwards.
Well, I know there's also a lot of
That's all.
complaints, and I know
nice.
a friend of mine had this happen on one of his other Blade helicopters. On a 600X, tail gears were stripping. So at first, that was the main thing because yeah, but that shouldn't. I mean, I know that fixed your problem. That fixed it, but that was at first that wasn't the problem. At first, I'm sure pre-production models that they were displaying as almost ready, almost ready to put out in the market. I think it was just bad tail gears, honestly. It wouldn't surprise me just because.
Well, no. Sergio's was a production.
I thought, didn't they? Well, yeah, his was a production that they had because they had a couple pre-production, a couple production. The ones they were demoing were production. I think the one James Haley had was a pre-production, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure because
Yeah, he had 2. He had one with Scorpion motor and one with
E-Flight was the demo model, which was production. That was what you see is what you get in the basically super combo kit, where the
What I must say about the 700 is, if you watch videos of the T-Rex 700E Pro DFC, that thing has huge torque and insane all-out power. This doesn't have insane all-out power, but it really uses the power it has really efficiently, and it has all the power you need unless you want to beat the crap out of your helicopter.
Yeah. No, I agree. It definitely. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Zane.
Didn't Blade have a recall on like one of the head parts?
Sergio's head flew off. Yeah. The washers for the 700 size grips were 1 millimeter.
Nice.
Now they're 2 millimeter.
I see.
But they were just like pieces of tinfoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's all good.
Blade had a couple recalls in the past a little bit with the 350QX, with the props and all that stuff. They
Yeah.
gotta maybe do a little bit of more R&D before they put stuff out. Just saying. That's it. All right. Anyway, next topic.
Yeah.
I believe Kevin, you wanted to touch on flybarless systems, and this is one that we're not going to get heated in. We're not trying to convert you to what we fly. I believe what I believe in. He believes what he believes in. This isn't going to be mine's better, yours is better. This is going to be just, just putting out, what we fly. So, do you want to start it off, Kevin, I guess? We'll go to Zane.
Yeah. I flew Beast X for a long time, in my 450X, my 450 DFC 6-cell, my 300X, my T-Rex 500, my Goblin 500. I didn't have all these at the same time, but over time, that's what I had the Beast in. And recently, at IRCHA, they were selling V-bars for $150. And I said, I'll give it a try. Now, I had no problems with Beast X. It's perfectly fine flybar system. I said, I'll try it. The setup is extremely easy. You just go into the setup, you set the endpoints on your remote. You don't even have to. Hold on 1 second.
All right, Zane, on to you. Take over and take over and Okay, all right, never mind. Kevin, you're back.
Dinner's almost ready. You just go through it, and there's not really much to it.
I've heard a lot of good things about the V-bar. My dad almost won one at IRCHA. He just didn't have his V-bar keychain on him, but they called his number. So yeah, we were almost to your luck, Zane, but we just didn't quite catch the Pritchett luck. Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, thanks.
You'll never get there.
I'm gonna keep you every time I go to an event. I'm gonna be like, Zane,
Just
come with
kidding.
me. I'm just gonna stick by your side at IRCHA. I'm not leaving you because you win everything.
Heck yeah, dude.
What did I miss? Because
remember, you kept
I
having
know.
problems with your helicopter whenever I'd watch. Like you're sitting.
No, we were still talking
Hey,
about flybar system.
hello?
I just said about how my dad almost won a V-bar. Anyway, Zane, on to...
Yeah.
I have to leave in a
All
few
right, yeah.
minutes. Let me just talk about V-bar real quick.
Yeah.
So I've been running V-bar. It's a little quicker. Setup is a little easier. There's not really a huge difference. It's a tiny bit quicker, tiny bit more precise, but you really can't tell a huge difference. The full-size V-bar has the same exact setup as the Mini. It's really simple, really easy to use, and it takes only about 5 minutes maximum to set up. Once you do it once or twice, you can do it in a minute maybe. It is that quick.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm sorry, a minute is way over exaggerating, but you can do it real quick.
I know the nice part with the V-bar, almost everything's tunable through the
It's really
computer.
easy to do. The only downside is the Mini is just as expensive as the Beast, but then you have to add in your
You just
own
glitched out really
receivers, and then full size is pretty expensive.
Yeah, I know the V-bar.
It
I've heard
sounded
a
fun.
lot of really good things about with the tunability through the computer. really just a solid flybar system. All right, thanks Kevin for being on.
I gotta go.
And the link to Kevin's channel will be in the description.
All right.
All right, thanks Kevin. We'll see you.
See ya.
All right, so on to you, Zane.
Oh, okay. No. Okay. Yeah. I've been using the AR-7200BX that came with the 450. I am wanting to try out V-bar maybe. I mean, not on the 450. If I get a bigger helicopter, I want to try V-bar. Or like Icon. I heard
Icon,
Brain
the
Fire bars
Icon
is
and
good.
the Brain are the same thing.
But
the brain is just marketed through MHS or MSH. It's the same thing, just basically rebranded.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, from what I've heard, Mikado V-bar seems pretty awesome. So, is it true that they give you a chocolate bar with it?
I've heard stuff like that. I think it's just a joke. I don't know.
Oh, because I seen it in a magazine.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, they give you a
joke.
chocolate
I
bar.
don't know. We'll have to get Kyle Dahl in here and just talk about it. Basically, I run 3GX.
That'd be awesome.
I've flown Beast X, and I really like Beast X.
Everyone hates.
Yeah, that was the older
Everyone
version.
hates 3G.
Everyone hates 3G and the older version of 3GX. They just haven't given the newer version of 3GX a chance.
Yeah.
I've flown Beast X, and it's really great. Nice and easy to set up. It's good for beginner to average pilot, even an advanced pilot. Just doesn't give you quite all the settings that 3GX would give you, or V-bar, Icon, whatever.
Yeah.
I like the 3GX because it's not all that expensive. On the newest update, they came out with 4.0. I'm not running 4.0. I'm running 3.1, and 3.1 is still a solid update. It doesn't have the tail kicks like the 2.0 had or 2.1 had. It's a solid flybarless system. It doesn't have any quirks. It doesn't want to tip over on the ground like the 3G did. It's really, really a good flybarless system. You can adjust everything in 1% increments, so you can be a lot more precise. If anyone's going to a flybarless system as their first flybarless system, I recommend BeastX just because it's more user-friendly to start out with, but 3GX definitely is one of the more advanced, as of lately. I'll admit, at the beginning stages of the 3GX, it was junk. And even the 3G was junk. So,
I'm actually running off reserve battery power right now on my laptop, so
all right,
it should last.
We're gonna
5 more minutes.
The podcast soon anyway. Anyway, so that's just what flybarless systems we run. And sorry, Kevin had to go. He had to go do some family stuff. He told us that was gonna happen. All right,
yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this.
Again, if you guys want to be a guest,
it was really fun.
Comment your your username or your Google Plus account. You have to have a Google Plus account so you can get in through Google Plus video chat. It has to be a video chat too, so you have to have a webcam. Yeah, it's really nice and easy.
By the way,
really not that hard. Pretty good program to use, Google Plus. So as long as you guys have a Google Plus account, you guys can be a guest on our helicopter podcast. So on behalf of Kevin, I'm sure he'd like to thank you guys for watching too. Check out his channel. Yeah, definitely. You gotta
get some pros on here too.
I gotta talk to a couple other people. We'll make it happen. We will get a couple other people on here. But thanks guys for watching. Check out Zane's channel in the description. Check out Kevin's channel in the description. It'll all be there. And go subscribe to them. They make some good videos. They're both really great pilots. And click.
I'm gonna get some better videos after I get some bigger helicopters. Definitely.
And
once I get more stuff. I gotta get this fixed for some more videos.
Check out his channel for more videos on the 450X and all his fun stuff.
And once again, it will get better. My videos will get better as
you're already a good pilot.
Get more
experience. You got it under control. So, all right, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next podcast. See ya.
See ya.